Hola, lovelies. I hope you're having a really fabulous day today. I thought I would do a really quick video because I keep getting a whole bunch of messages on my Tumblr asking me how I became so confident as a big girl, or as a plus size girl, or as a fat girl. And I thought it was a really great question, and instead of typing it out to everybody, I thought I'd just make a little video and kind of share a little bit about how I grew into myself and how I grew into being a confident woman and a big woman at that. So I guess growing up, I've always been big, for the record. I've never been skinny and then gained weight. I've always been a big girl. I was a big kid. I was a big teen, big awkward teen, mind you. I've always been a big girl, and I'm also tall. I'm 5'11", so I've always been big and tall. So that's been my cross to bear my life. But I guess the worst thing growing up had to have been not that I was big per se, but my main concern was I didn't have any nice clothes to wear. Like when I was younger, they didn't have the stores that they have now. They, had maybe one plus size store, and it was generally for older women who, don't dress the greatest. It was all like pleated pants and sweatshirts with dogs on them and like weird, not nice clothing. Like I shopped in the same shopping center my grandma shopped in. Like I shopped in the same place as her. And I would get like clothing from there. It was horrible. It was horrible. And that's where a lot of my insecurities came from because it wasn't so much like when I went to school, there's all kids of all different kinds of colors and sizes and heights and everything. So it wasn't so much that I was fat, it's just like I couldn't express myself properly, and I felt like a loser because I was dressed like a loser. I didn't have a choice. So yeah, that was my really awkward adolescence. So anyway, when I started to go away to school, away for college, university. Um, Stores started coming out with like plus size clothing and better plus size lines, and there started to be more fashionable clothing for big girls coming out finally. So I realized that when I would go and get clothes that I liked and clothes that I felt expressed who I was, and I felt hot, and I felt pretty, and I felt good in my clothes, and I felt good in myself, it gave me a boost of self-confidence. And I kind of realized that it wasn't my body that was bringing me down. It was the confinements of society put on big people that was bringing me down. Like it had nothing to do with my size. And I would look around and I would also notice, funny here if you think about it, I would look around and see these big girls, like bigger girls or normal sized girls with like really cute guys and great relationships. And I saw all kinds of people in relationships and finding love, and I would find all different kinds of women really beautiful. And I thought to myself, that's no different than some people thinking, really be attracted to, brunettes, or sometimes there's blondes that are really beautiful. And there's always different kinds of beauty, whether it's a different ethnicity, a different size, anything. Um, and the same applies for being big, right? So I started to realize that it had nothing to do with me, and it had nothing to do with size, and it was all a big brainwashed joke. Like it's totally a joke. And I would go to like out with the clubs to my friends, and I would see like the clubs filled with like little tiny blonde, your typical bimbo-y girls, and all that your typical like hot girls would be in the club, but they'd be like desperately drinking and like dressing really, really provocatively, which is fine and cool. But I mean, they do this all the time, and what are they achieving? They're like trying to achieve the same thing as me ultimately. Like they want to be accepted, and they want to be seen as beautiful. And it's interesting that being thin doesn't actually give you that. It has nothing to do with that. It really doesn't. It's all about your own perception and how you view yourself and how you treat yourself. Not to mention, I don't know, I always felt that like I was a really good person, and I've worked hard, and I've been a good person, and that deserves like some recognition. Being who you being true to yourself deserves recognition, and if you're not going to recognize yourself, no one else will. So I know, girls, that you can be told over and over and over again that you're beautiful, and I know it gets kind of like, oh, I know, like you hear it, and you have to believe it here before you can believe it here and actually hear it, right? So just remember, when you think about it, you need to be smarter. Okay? Bottom line, you need to be smarter than society. You need to know when something is real and when something is fabricated. Yeah. All you lovely, beautiful girls out there, let me tell you, you are so lucky to be unique and different and to stand out in this world. Remember that there are guys and girls out there who love all different kinds of women. You don't fit into one category. You know, there isn't one best category of music. There's all different kinds of genres of music that are all good for different reasons. People like all different kinds of music. Not, you know, most people don't just stick to like one type of music. They have, you know, something they like from everything, I usually. And it's just, it's like that. It's like you are a person in this world who fits in somewhere. And the best thing that you can do is, instead of trying to change yourself to fit into some random standard that is a lie, you can just be the best you can be and give it all your confidence and all of your effort, and really, really just love yourself, and make yourself glow. Make people look at you. Okay? Just remember that, and I mean it. And to all you girls out there, I'm with you. I've struggled with you, and I'm fucking tired of this, and we need to change it, and we're going to change it, and it's going to start with me, and it's going to start with you. So start changing it, because when we change, everyone else will follow, because they'll have no choice. Trust me. Peace, love, and integrity.